back, I bet I match it like the same style. Chopsticks for beef from shutting PF chains down. I gave you prophecy, my first one, then you lamed out. Luckily, sold, but it wasn't for me. Still the flow raw, peep the way I bubble in these streets. Who can with me?
Nikki, baby.
Go.
All right, Coach, we're about 15 miles west of downtown Phoenix in Glendale, Arizona. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Which of these 0-3 teams will visit the win column for the first time? We'll see. We're underway here in Week 4. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now a play fake here on first down. And that's complete to Marshall on the crossing route. And he takes it down deep into Arizona territory. A big play there on the first play of the game. 55 yards. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. 1st and 10 right at the 20. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did it.
Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Josh Bynes leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
They had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Sebastian Janikowski to try the Seahawks field goal. From the left hash, this from 34. And Janikowski bangs it through, and the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So a nice drive on the road. You come in, you take the ball down, you get 3 points.
Yeah, points are a must on an opening drive, right? So they moved it down efficiently, got it done. I think that bodes well for their chances moving forward in this one.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of routing, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. And he'll get credit for a punt inside the 20, not by much, but inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Robert Kimdichie getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. And got his man complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. He got 29 yards that time. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Tackle made by Antoine Bethea.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
On 2nd down, Rosen. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. And now it's Rosen looking. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now it's Lockett. Oh, he shifts past him. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Now we'll get our first update of the afternoon for the Meadowlands. And it's an early lead there for the Saints. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Now it's Wilson. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Chandler Jones in there to drop him. And it'll be a loss of about 8. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
14.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you got to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. On the return is Peterson. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. And Gresham has it left side. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. Caught right side, Gresham. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now it's Carson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made by Marcus Golden. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
On second down, Wilson. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Seahawks on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They go play action with Wilson. And he's got a man open. That's Marshall. He won't go down. And he takes it down deep into Arizona territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. 59 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's Carson, and they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
To throw is Wilson. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The tight end, Ed Dixon, was the target. 3rd down here.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
Well, that was excellent coverage right there. And he definitely did the right thing, showing that discretion is definitely the better part of valor. Threw it away, preserved the opportunity to kick for a field goal.
And excellent coverage. And right now the human is controlling the defense, so good job, human. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's going to carry him out of the side of the end zone. And that, my friends, is a safety. 2 points. So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. Room here to run. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yeah,
run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Flush to his right. Pass incomplete. They were looking for Marshall that time, and now it's 2nd down.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Here's Wilson. Taking a shot here for Marshall. He's got a man. Complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A gain of 32 that time. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's Wilson to throw. Steps away to his left. And it's hauled in by Ed Dixon. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from the desert after this.
Come on, tempo. Let's go, 14.
Throwing again here, Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Wilson will throw again. And he's got Lockett. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson buying time to his left. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
You got to give some credit there. Able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Wilson. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. And Janikowski bangs it through, and that will extend the lead to 11-0. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And he is out of bounds here on the return. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when he clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now Rosen looking at a 3rd and 2. He can run for it, and he will. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. They go play action here on 1st down. Lets it go for Nelson. It's caught at the 10. A big play there just before halftime. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. On 2nd down, here's Rosen. And it'll be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He's going to air this half for Baldwin. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. It's a quarterback sneak, and they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. The first down carry here for Johnson. They find some open field here. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Another incompletion with that one. He's just 7 of 14 throwing the football, 50%. Typically not going to get it done, is it?
And let's just make it simple, and that's exactly why they trail.
It's caught. Nelson. And a gain there of 11 yards.
I know that rookie quarterbacks have to earn veteran receivers' trust. Maybe we saw that on that play with that type of effort, huh?
Yeah, helping out the rook with a heck of a catch. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And some space here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. As David Johnson works his way back from the wrist injury, what are the hesitations, the cautions for him?
Well, number one, you want to make sure he's got full strength in the wrist because he's going to carry the football an awful lot, so ball security is important. And you definitely want to make sure there's flexibility there because he's been such a great pass catcher in the past. You want to make sure he gets back to being able to do that as well.
It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll make it second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Cardinals on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Rosen. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And Dawson's kick is good. And they get rid of the goose egg, but still trailing by 8. It's 11-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out that just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
19.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. It's caught right side, Dixon. And just shedding him off there. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
In and out, come on, tempo.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And it's caught. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll give it to him up the middle. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now a 3rd and goal situation as this Arizona defense tries to stand tall once more. On 3rd and goal, Wilson rolling to his right. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So make him 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
That'll be taken in the end zone. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
Brandon, it's easy to make decisions from right up here where we are, right in the cheap seats, but let's be frank about this one. This isn't even a decision as far as I'm concerned. They have to go for it here. Field goal does you almost no good as time's running out in the game. If you want to win, you have to be aggressive here.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. The field goal we just saw has this now at a one-score game. And on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball. But here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Marshall, the intended receiver.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage. But instead, he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Now a handoff. Johnson runs through the contact. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Cardinals on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. On third down, Rosen. And he's got Gresham. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop it.
On 2nd down, Rosen. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Sebastian Janikowski on for the PAT. Janikowski good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Play action here with Rosen. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 46, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 46. After the interception, here's Wilson. Steps away. And he's got the open man. It's Marshall on the comebacker. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching in Atlanta, our apologies. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. On second down, here's Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Second and goal from inside the 5. Oh, Wilson going to throw. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got a lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Now Wilson gonna throw on third and goal. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Brandon Marshall, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Janikowski adds the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out to kick is Janikowski. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They go play action. It's Rosen. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Cardinals on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 14. To throw is Rosen. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. From the gun, it's Rosen. Over the middle, complete. That's Nelson. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. The reception good for 7. It's third down. From the gun on third down, it's Rosen. This is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Bryce Butler, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2. They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Come on, tempo, tempo.
Wilson wants to throw it. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. On 2nd down, Wilson. Trying to lay one up deep. This is caught at the 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A road win, and the National Football League, Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Seahawks, it took a few weeks, but they finally get their first one of the season here in Week 4. And they'll return home next week to take on the L.A. Rams. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.